Welcome back. Out of the Park 24 time. Welcome back to the channel. I guess I should say this is the first Out of the Park 24 video. And so the game's been out almost a week now, I think. The beta version a little over a week. I have just downloaded it and opened it to this screen. I have not looked at the game yet. I figured that would be a fun first video to just kind of flip through stuff here. I happen to be traveling from the day Out of the Park came out until today, so I wasn't able to play. I've watched a little bit online. Old School Sports, thanks for posting some videos on the new international free agent system and the trading system as I traveled and didn't have my Out of the Park gaming laptop with me because the battery weighs about 7,000 pounds. No, I just couldn't bring it with me. It was nice to have those videos from Old School Sports to watch. So yeah, this is the game. I don't want you to consider this a review of the game because I always like the game and I always think the game is worth buying. But I figured I would just kind of mess around here, record. I'd love, I'm sure many of you out there have spent a lot more time in the game than me at this point, since these are my first moments with the game open. So yeah, leave it in the comments, like what you've been playing, what you've been liking. If you want to like say what you don't like too, that's cool. Just don't be a jerk about it. Yeah, especially interested in what people think of the trade system, what people think of the international free agent system, since those are two big things, and also like what trade difficulty you're playing on. That's always an interesting thing to try to figure out as you're playing. So let's look around. The first thing I'm going to do here is now I would like to send a thank you to William for emailing with you, William, this week. And I said, look, the one thing I want to know. Oh, I haven't even done again. I haven't even. I can't do these stars. I haven't done anything. Like I said, I just opened the game. So I told William the one thing I wanted to know is, did Jorge Mateo finally get his due with shortstop with infield range? Now, based on the fact that he's not the starting shortstop and Gunnar is with a 60 range and 60 arm. Oh. I know that I do have scouting on, so I'll say that. But Mateo's infield range is at a 65. Now, let me just say that I think Out of the Park does an excellent job with ratings. Sure, you can go in and like pick apart like one person's ratings, right? Like one data point out of the thousands in the game. Sure, but as a whole, they do an excellent job. And I always think it's funny when people are like, but this one guy, his power should be a 60, not a 50. Come on. But you know what? I'm going to be that guy right now. Someone should be arrested for the fact that Jorge Mateo doesn't have a 70 plus range. I don't want to go too over the top, but I think someone should be arrested for this. He was the best shortstop in baseball last year. He was robbed of a Gold Glove, and he should have a 70 range. I'm going to go in and do that when I play my Sims. I'm going to give Mateo a 70 or 75 range because, I don't want to be arrested. And I think if you play the game with Mateo at just a 65 range, possibly you're complicit and should be arrested as well. So it's a bit weird with the default views. I'll have to go in and, make my new filters and all that. I think there is a way to do that from version to version, but it's not very easy. That would be cool to see. I was wondering if the James McCann contract is right. See, this is not right. The Orioles, I think, are only paying him $2.5 million per year. I'll have to post that in the message boards. Not many guys on the 40-man here, huh? So I guess a lot of these guys will click in on opening day, like Gunnar, for some reason, is still showing a minor league contract. Number 34 prospect in baseball. The Out of the Park Baseball News Network is pretty low on the consensus number 1 or 2 prospect in baseball. Who else? Where's let's see, what do they have with Grayson? Grayson is at 6. Well, Gunnar is the 3rd best. Wow. Jackson Holiday at 20th. Not looking like he's going to be a shortstop, but man, that bat at 19. Whew. DL Hall of any control. Ooh, again, this is scouting, or this is OSA ratings. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to hit continue. I didn't want to do that. Wait, do I not have a head? Oh, weird. Okay, I feel like that's like opposite. So everybody thinks okay about DL Hall's ratings. Well, he should be in the about his control. Oh wow, they love Kobe Mayo. I like that. Kobe Mayo, for those of you like in your dynasty baseball leagues, he's this year's Gunnar Henderson. He's the guy who's probably going to pop up. He's already kind of started to pop up on top 100s, I think, kind of like Gunnar did last year, like the back end of top 100s. But if there's a guy who's going to make the leap, like Gunnar did last year, from a really good prospect to one of the top prospects in baseball, it's Kobe Mayo. Just a little, I don't know that I know this guy. 12th round in 2021. And he pitched up through Bowie last year. Okay, I learned that guy's name today. Anyways, you don't want to just see me dissect the Orioles, I'm sure. But it is always fun to just go see, what they think of the prospects, especially now that the O's system is awesome. It's the number one in baseball here. Yeah. Where's my guy? Oh, Jordan Westberg is here. Cool. All right. Anyways, I'm trying to stop, guys. I just keep on looking, guys. What do you guys think of the Mountain Felix Bautista? Yeah, he's a nasty reliever. He's so good. Kyle Gibson is the 5 is an interesting way to open it. He's going to be the Orioles opening day starter out of the park. Not really too big on him. Cole Irvin does not. Oh, he's got a bunch of pitches, but still not great. So I do like the layout. I don't know, I don't like the computer names for it, but these buttons are a little like smoother, a little rounder. I feel like they tweak it every year, and I like it. I think it's a clean looking game here. All this, I don't think there are any like new tabs here. I'm not going to play up through like the trade deadline, international free agents tonight. But I did just kind of want to poke around in the game. And I'm sure some of you are wondering like, well, what am I going to do for this year's version? Here's my plan. So my plan is like normal to wait a few weeks before I really dive into any sim. I think I am going to do a sim. I don't know how long term it'll be. I'll probably try to do it regularly and do several years at least, like normal. But I don't know. Will I do 5 years, 10 years? I don't know. Will I do twice a week uploads? I hope to do that pretty consistently. That's what I try to do. But what kind of budget room do we have here? Oh, lots of money available. Just wait till they correct that James McCann contract, though. Then we'll have all kinds of money. We'll be swimming in money here in Baltimore. So yeah, I'll do some tutorials, maybe some shorter videos like this, just looking at the game, messing around in the game, and then I'll do a sim. I think if I do a sim, and I am in commissioner mode here, I'm thinking I probably will do the Tigers. And let me tell you why. Let's go take over the Tigers real quick. So I did the O's sim, so I don't want to do the O's again. I would like to do the O's. It's kind of fun for me as an O's fan, and now that they're in a much different spot than when I played for them in Out of the Park 21. But I don't think I'm going to do them. I also did like an Out of the Park 23 sim that I didn't record anything on the last couple of months with the O's and played for like 10 seasons. So I think I'm good on the O's. Then I did a Phillies sim that was like a big market team in win now mode who really wasn't good enough to win now. So that was fun. And then I went small market Royals, which was a different spot than the Orioles 2 years ago in 21, because the Royals were like ready to win. It wasn't a rebuild. It was like we need to build around Bobby Witt, MJ Melendez, all these dudes and win. So I think so. I don't really want to do a big market. I don't want to do a rebuild. I don't want to do just like, okay, this team, just bring in the right mix and this team is good. I think the Tigers are really interesting because they kind of tried to like step out of their rebuild last year and everything went wrong. Everybody was bad. The team was bad. Every player had to perform at like their 10th percentile projections, it seems like Austin Meadows, Torkelson, their pitching was bad. And they've got a few injuries. Who are their injuries again? It's brutal. It's like Casey Mize, right? Isn't he? Yeah, Mize and Scooble are both out. I thought in Real Month they were out for the year, but I guess maybe I've got that wrong or maybe the game's wrong. I'm not sure. Yeah, Dingler is out, like one of their top prospects. So I think that this could be a fun team. They're kind of like mid-market with payroll. And like, what are they going to do, right? Like, they don't have a great farm system. It's 26 here. They have 3 guys who are top 100 prospects. They're all pitching prospects, and we all know there's no such thing as a pitching prospect in baseball. Like, there's not a lot of like good stuff going on here, but yet they, again, so many guys not on the 40 man yet, because when the game first starts, this is how it rolls. It'll be updated. I think they updated opening day, maybe the updated roster. So like when we play, yeah. So I mean, like, I don't think Baez is going to opt out, right? Like, he was terrible last year, and the game doesn't like him anymore. My scout is lower on than OSA. Eduardo maybe he's going to put together a really good year and opt out, but at least in real life, I don't think there's any way either of these guys opt out unless they both have huge bounce back seasons. But yeah, Turnbull is here. Austin Meadows, man, he was so bad last year. A 96 OPS plus. He's been a 140, then it was an 83 in the shortened season, and then a 110. Just a really bad year. Miguel Cabrera, I think this is wrong. I think it's 2 team options. I think this is the last year that he's like, I could be wrong. I'll check that. But I thought for some reason 2023 was pretty obviously going to be the last year that he was there. But maybe they've got him for another year. That would hurt the old budget some. But I think this is an interesting team because I'm not going to rebuild with them. They do not have a great farm system. They have some young, interesting pitching prospects, but a lot of them are hurt, or 2 of them are hurt. But they kind of want to win. And they brought in a couple borderline interesting arms. Matt Boyd, I think, will probably have a good season for them in real life. Didn't they sign somebody? Oh, Michael Lorenzen, too. Not going to be a 2-way player for us. Yeah, they've got $5 million, $7 million. Now, once all those guys are added to the $40 million, does that drop? I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I think that the Tigers are in a really weird spot in real life. And I think that the Mariners would be interesting too. I won't take over their team, but I'll go to them. I think that the Seattle Mariners are pretty interesting too, but I think they're in a much better spot. They're like could win their division. They could make the playoffs. Like, nobody would be surprised by any of that. I don't think nobody would be shocked. Maybe Houston Astros fans would be shocked by that proclamation. But you've got Julio. You've got a lot to build around here. Maybe Kelenic bounces back. What is the scout think of Kelenic? Yeah, still pretty good. And then of course they've got everybody's favorite pitcher, Luis Castillo. They've got Robbie Ray, Gilbert, Kirby. Like, this team is set up to win. And that's why I don't really want to pick them. Excuse me, I got to grab a little sip of water. Their prospect pool isn't great, but that's because they've graduated a lot of guys. They've got Robbie Ray under contract, Luis Castillo. There's the Julio contract, which is awesome. The Orioles should take note and extend Adley and Gunnar yesterday. This Evan White deal didn't really work out for them, but sometimes these pre-arb or deals you give to guys when they're really young don't work out. And it looks like the Evan White one will not. Excuse me. So yeah, I think the Mariners are kind of interesting, but I don't think they're as interesting as the Tigers. Other teams, I think the Twins are another interesting team. Correa and Buxton signed for eternity. I'm always a fan of Sonny Gray and Max Kepler, 2 guys who have been unsung heroes on fantasy squads of mine in the past. I really don't know a ton about the Twins system. The game has them ranked 19th. Oh, Brooks Lee. Okay, forgot they drafted him. But I think they're also kind of set up to win too. Like, I think the Tigers kind of like need to win and want to win, but aren't set up to win. They might be kind of similar to the Phillies sim that I did, but in worse shape, without Bryce Harper and without a huge budget. So it's a pretty different scenario, but and I think the Phillies were like fine. I just don't think they were as good as the expectations are on them, whereas the Tigers are just like fell flat on their face last year, man. just fell flat on their face. I'll probably keep AJ Hinch around. I don't know what's his. Yeah, he's got good. We'll probably keep Hinch around, but we might come in and wreck house here with the 2 years ago stats is what you favor in your player evaluation. I think that's only if he's a GM, right? But that's nuts. That trainer's got to go. I'm glad he's good at rehabbing arm injuries, but that's all he's good at. His hitting coach, he's decent. I don't, I hope there's better stuff out there. Oh, I don't like this pitching coach. He's legendary at development and excellent at aging, but everything else about him, he's got to go. A lot of these guys are only signed through 2024. Well, yeah, I'll probably restructure the whole staff and just blow millions of dollars firing everybody. But yeah, I think this is the team I'm going to do. I think it is. They're planning to cut budget next year by $10 million. That'll hurt. We'll need to get Miggy out of there. I am going to go in and check that to see if that budget is right. Maybe it's just something they can't put the 2 options here in the game. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, I'd love to know though what you guys think of the game, how you've been playing it, what you've been playing with it. Speaking of fun teams, the Brewers are always kind of on my radar because they're kind of in that spot of wanting to win, of having a good team, but what players are they going to retain? What the heck is going to happen with Yelich, who's kind of, since the rabbit ball went away, still a very good player, but not a player who deserves this contract. I shouldn't say doesn't deserve. That's a weird way to phrase it, but you know what I mean. That contract could be painful for the Brewers as it progresses. But, what are they going to do with Woodruff, Burns? Am I going to have to trade for one of them in Detroit? Probably. I like so many of the Brewers players. And as we've talked about before, the baseball glove here as an M and a B, it's the best logo in baseball. We all know that. But I love Yelich. I love Woodruff, Burns. Willie Adames is great. Jesse Winker, I like him. I'm a Rowdy guy. Freddie Peralta, Wade Miley, shout out former Oriole. Devin Williams is fun. Castanera is a fun player, but just got DFA'd by them in real life. I like Aaron Ashby a lot. They just have a lot of players I like. If I'm gonna switch it up, and not be the Tigers, because I am, because then I was just kind of going off the top of my head here. I think if I went off the Tigers, I'd probably do the Brewers. I think they're the only team that I would kind of possibly consider not doing the Tigers with. None of these teams, the Diamondbacks, I think there's a case to be made, but no thanks. The Reds, no. I think a lot of the Central Division teams are kind of fun. Like the Guardians would be fun. Do you guys want me to do the Astros? Let me know. I know everybody loves the Astros. I actually think it would be kind of fun. They're probably in a fun spot of aging. Their core is aging, but they've also got young players coming in. Maybe I'll do a little mini sim with them. The Marlins, I'm not doing New York teams. I'm not doing a rebuild with the A's. We already did that. I'm not doing the Pirates. The Padres would be fun, but they're just too loaded. The Giants could be fun. I'm not doing the Cardinals or the Rays. The Jays are set up to win. The Rangers are trying really hard to win and spending tons of money. Are they good enough? Are they going to be healthy enough? I don't know. But yeah, I think the Tigers. I think the Brewers are probably the second most likely. But I'm leaning Tigers right now. So, like I said, it's going to be a couple weeks before I even start it. So probably a few weeks before any videos come out with that sim. I'll have some tutorials coming up. But just wanted to check in as I was flipping through the game. Say hi. Let you guys know I'll be back in some form this season. But again, let me know how you're in. Oh, define. What is this button? Define team need. Oh, that's the team needs. But that hasn't always been on this screen, right? I don't think so. Yeah. Oh, and where can you negotiate the owner goals? Isn't that a thing? Maybe it's so this is why we're doing the video, guys, so you guys can be like, hey Pat, that's over in the owner thing or whatever. Can I negotiate them here? Oh, you can discuss. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna get rid of owner goals. I don't really I don't find them to be a part of the game that I like to immerse myself in. But man, look how bad this team's been for so long. And they're like, oh, we're ready to win. And then like, no, you're not. You're going to win 66 games this year, and everybody in your team is going to be terrible. So thanks for watching. I'll cut it off here so I stop rambling on you guys. But I will talk to you all soon. We'll be back with some tutorials and short sims, and then probably a sim with the Detroit Tigers. Hope you're enjoying the game. Bye.